And good morning, Minecraft. This is Mr. Kasarian, and welcome to episode 58. Wow, 58 already. Jeez. I didn't realize we were that far ahead, you know? Alright, episode number 58 of my Let's Play series. We're going to wrap up the Mob Farmer Grinder Deluxe today, I hope. I need to clean this whole system up. We're going to wrap that up today. It shouldn't take us too long to do it, if I actually can remember where I'm supposed to be going here. Okay, so let's open this thing up. Clear this, and we need to get ourselves some green insulated cabling. Or, excuse me, I was fine just using white insulated cable, but let's just get some wool out of here. Wool, we'll line that up. 1, 2. Alright, and now we just need that bundled cable. Beautiful. This is going to take quite a bit of cable and quite a bit of wool. Alright, but let me show you the basics of this, alright? Basically, bundled cable is a way of having multiple of these colored cables transit in one block at the same time. Now, I don't have a sheep farmer thingy going on right now, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult to show you guys this. As you are all probably well aware, right? If you take standard red alloy wire, which we should have a fair amount of in our storage system. Yes, we do. It can transmit a redstone signal, right? Right. Pretty simple, pretty basic. Redstone signal transmitted. What bundled cable lets us do is transmit that data all in the same block. So if I came over here, right? We're just going to cut out a nice work area for us. I could run bundled cable along like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Now I can connect that white cable. 1, 2, like that. And maybe over to here. Okay. And now I'm just going to put that lever here so it connects to the white cable. As you can see, when I illuminate this, all of these show up. But if I had another color cable connected, it would not illuminate either. Okay? So that gives you a rough idea for what I'm going to be doing in the next couple of minutes. As I'm probably going to be doing this off camera. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook that up, and I'm also going to take these fans, and I'm going to hook up the fans to another control system as well. Because the fans are going to sit right back here. But remember, they won't go active without a redstone signal. So why don't you guys let me go configure this stuff, get it all set up for you, and I'll bring you guys back in once we're done with it, if my frame rate stops bouncing around. Alright, be right back. Alright, so the last item we're going to make here is some of this stuff. This is dark glass, okay? Let's just do a quick search for it. Now, dark glass is pretty cool stuff, and it uses some of those blackout curtains that we've seen used before, alright? And it requires quite a bit of stuff. Let me get some more glass being made here. Glass, regular glass. Oops. Let's get that much. Now, but this stuff is actually wicked cool. So let's jump downstairs and we can all take a look at it. Are you guys still? Yeah, you're running. Why are you registering as low? Because you're charging up. Okay, whatever. As long as I don't run out of power in my entire base, I'm pretty happy with it. Alright, so let's get back down there and check it out. So dark glass is pretty fun. What it does is it actually blocks the light that comes through. Okay? But it's a solid block that you can see through. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. So what I could do, for example... I'm not going to have enough of it for that, but I have enough of it for over here. Is run this stuff like so. Okay? So the light level isn't coming through. Notice. Awesome. But it still lets us see out into the outside world. Now we're just going to run some of this like so. Just so that we don't have too much light bleeding into that room. And this will also help us cut off some of the light that could be coming through from over here. Okay? You want to be kind of careful with these forged multi-parts because sometimes they can let light through. And it's kind of 50-50 whether they are or they aren't any given time, or where they will or where they won't. Remember us having the same issue right over there. So let's see if I can get any more of this sandy. I'll have to do it from up top anyways. So let me get some more of this dark glass. What we're also going to do is craft something kind of interesting. Let's get ourselves some blackout curtains. And honestly, I just need about 2 of them. Okay. We're just going to come back down here because I want a way to get in and out of this thing. You know, for service and maintenance and whatever. But I want it to be kind of safe. So this way, I'm not going to let any light through here. Notice. Nice and dark on this side and that side. But unfortunately, mobs can still get through. So I'm going to have to put a door in or something like that. But that's going to have to wait for a couple minutes until I get the rest of this darkened glass all set. So let me come back to you guys once that's done. Alright guys, so remember that division sigil we had? Yeah, we're going to have to use it now. Which most of you guys know what that's going to mean. So let's get a division sigil. Let's get some glass out of here. Let's get some iron. Let's get a diamond. So what we're going to be crafting today, and we're also going to need some wood, because what we're crafting has to be done in a vanilla crafting table. That's right, a vanilla crafting table. And if you don't do it in a vanilla crafting table, it explode. Okay? That's the sum and total of it. So let's put down our crafting table. Let's take a look at ethereal glass. 1 unstable ingot surrounded by glass. Now here's what's going to happen. We're going to put our iron in, our diamond in, and our division sigil. Okay? We're going to pull that out, pull this out, put that down, and craft that quickly. I probably had like 2 more seconds on that. If I hadn't crafted that in time, it would have blown up and killed me. Alright, so be very careful. Now, the ethereal glass is perfectly stable. Everything you craft with that thing is perfectly stable. It's just the thing itself that is not perfectly stable. For example, unstable blocks. You don't want to make those. You really, really don't. But what this lets us do is come through here and put this in. Now, I can pass through this thing, but mobs can't. So now mobs cannot pass through this. Light can't pass through this. And light can't pass through this. So we should be pretty much all set with the addition of 1 more item. Alright, so let's get up and away into the very top of our entire setup over here. Now this should be it, right? No, we're above the glass on that one. Alright, so we want to go back 1. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our ender tank and put that right there. Okay. And now we're going to drop back down here. And this shouldn't be an issue because that area should be nice and protected against spawning. All right, and then we're going to come in through here. And we're going to put our vacuum hopper in like that. And we're going to tell it to drink auto output to, I believe this is the top. Yes, okay. So now let's light proof the rest of this facility. Alright, light and spawn proof. Don't forget the spawn proofing. Let's come in here. Let us turn that off. Okay. So now we're just going to go like this, this. Remember, you can't do that. Okay. For a second, I thought I crashed my game there. We're just going to fill this in so we don't have any issues about lighting. Except that's my way out of here. I don't know what that goes to. We'll just cover this up, just to prevent any spawning or anything else, like light bleed. We'll come back through here. And let's get our jetpack turned back on there. Alright, that's there. Okay. Now, let's seal this area up somehow. Because I can't put a plug there, because if I do, it cuts off the connection. So that'll have to be like that. So let's turn that off. Let's seal this area up. All right. And now, if we turn off the lights, it should be nice and dark in there. Let's see how it's working. We now have our fans turned on. I'm going to put a little... Should be working relatively well. Oh, because the fans are pushing the XP as well. Alright, so let's see here. What do we get in here? Alright, we got some items. That's good. The question is how much XP we're getting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this thing on and let it run. Alright? And we'll see how much we get in terms of XP and other resources out of it. And it is nice and dark in there. Look at that. What I might do... Let me test this here. Let's see. I'm just going to let this run for a while. And I'll bring you guys back in once I figure out how much, liquid XP we're actually getting in this thing. Be right back. Alright guys, as you can see, we are gaining liquid XP. We are now at 62 buckets. We were at 53 before. That's not bad at all, and we are steadily rising. Now, that thing will continue to run while chunk loaded, so I am quite happy with the results. Now let's see if this thing's actually running. Why aren't you enchanting? Oh, not enough books to do it. Alright, so let me fix that with some bookshelves. Let me get some... let me just come over here. Yeah, because it's this stack isn't having any effect. Because that thing's in the way. Alright, so let me fix that. Shouldn't be too hard to fix, actually. If I just come in here, put the books in here, clear that, and we get some... bookshelves. Oh, I need some wood. Some wood, please. And let's see how that goes. Why aren't you crafting them? Okay, let's do that. I'll figure out why my ME system's derping out on me. Probably because it's full of items. And we can put one in there. Nope, that may not work. Let me figure out why my spacing's derping out here. Let's see. Let's do that. Yoink. I'm probably out of storage space in my cells, which would not be abnormal because of the way this thing's set up. There we go. Now we're running. Perfect. Okay. So this should run relatively automatically. Alright. This should keep itself supplied. It's going to keep pumping. This thing, as long as we have 30 buckets in our network, will keep running, right? Let's check out back over here. Yeah, we have 53 buckets of liquid experience. When that hits 30, this thing should stop running and stop producing, you know, extra books for us. But this should be a pretty good system now if this thing keeps moving properly. It's running a little slowly, but I don't think there's too much we can do about that, if we were to be completely honest. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Things slowly building up. I'm quite pleased. It's looking like... Why aren't you actively crafting? Oh, we updated. Oh, God. Okay, you seem to be running fine. Let's jump upstairs and make sure. Is it upstairs or is it back down here, that thing? I think it's over here. Let's see what this thing's doing. Hold on. Paper. Alright. Why aren't you running properly? Oh, because if the system's filled up, then it's not going to run. And the system is filled up with item types. Alright, so why don't I craft a cell and we can make sure this entire thing is working properly. So let me come right back. I'm just going to throw together a couple 4Ks. And we should be back in a couple minutes once I've made sure that my entire system is actually functioning properly. Alright guys, so we're making one more change here. Oops. Let's put that in. And what we're going to tell this thing is, just because I hate wasting stuff. I really do. I mean, that's one of the things I hate doing. That 1 wood is equal to 6 oak wood planks. And don't worry guys, I'm not redefining the Minecraft world and how physics works. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to make an item called a sawmill. And this is from Thermal Expansion. I don't want to do that one. I wanted to do the cheap one. We're going to go like that. Like that. We have one more thing to do. The sawmill is pretty awesome, actually. What it lets us do is basically, it's just an easier way of crafting down items. So we're just going to throw him down there. We're going to set this thing up like so. Except we don't want him placed like he is right now. Is my jetpack on here? We want to pull him back up. Like so. And put him down like that. There we go. Input from the top, output from this side. Alright? And we're just going to get ourselves another interface. Interface. And I'm going to have to start up a quarry soon. But don't worry, we're going to do that on camera because I have a slightly different idea. You know what? You should all be set to down. There we go. And now we should just be able to take our impulse item duct, reverse him, and that should be all set. Right? Right. So now when I take my cell and put that in here, what we should see is that this guy is going to, if I go wood, request 50 of them, we should see the sawmill turn on, which he is. But he's not just producing oak wood, he's actually also producing an item called sawdust. It's a byproduct. We can actually turn it into charcoal, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, we're not wasting, we're actually getting more oak wood, and we're getting a byproduct from it. So I think that's pretty darn awesome. But our enchantment system is running again, now that we have some more space in our network for the crafting to commence. You should see in a couple seconds this should fill. Oh, it turned itself off. Okay. So we apparently don't have quite enough buckets of liquid inside our network. If we take a look over here, we have 28. So once it fills up to full 30, it'll restart again and the system will continue to run, which is pretty epic. Now, there's one more thing I want to craft today, and that's not the right unit for it. What I want to craft is a wireless access terminal. Okay, let's take a look at the wireless access terminal, and this is going to be something kind of cool. It's around here somewhere. ME wireless access point. We need one of these things, which is a Fluix pearl. Oh, God. I need 4 of you. 4 of you. What are we waiting on? Okay, we're just crafting now. All right. So the wireless ME access terminal is actually a pretty cool device, if I take a look at it. We're going to need much more than that. All right, fine. So let's get some more Fluix. There we go. And that's going to craft itself up. Nice. Okay. So let's get Fluix stored. And we get ourselves a Fluix pearl and another Fluix pearl. And we need 2 of these wireless receivers. Oops, and we're out of sticks. I'm going to get another one of those. And we're going to get one of these. Wireless access point. Awesome. What is the wireless access point? Well, that's a pretty good question. We're going to stick it right there. It allows us wireless access to our ME network. So let's get ourselves that wireless access terminal. Need a cable. Let's start crafting those. And we're also going to need one of those conversion matrices. And yes, we really are. I'm actually waiting for this entire system to tell me that we have now run out of what we need to craft. Because I would not be surprised if it did that in the next couple minutes. Because we're pretty darn low on just about everything. Like, I can't think of anything that we are not actually low on in this system. So let's get our conversion matrix. And our cable. Wireless access terminal. We need an energy cell. So we need some more of those Fluix crystals. Ah, nice and fast, thank you. And there we go. So we get our wireless access terminal, which is right now saying it's unlinked. Now to link it, all we have to do is to come over here to our ME controller and drop it into that slot right there. But it's still not going to operate because it doesn't have any power. Yes, you need to charge it up. So let's go over to our MFE and get it charged. You can see it's charging up pretty quickly in that MFE, which is kind of nice to see. And how much power is the MFE draining? It's not losing that much. So this gives us a wireless access terminal. Now, the nice thing about it versus our wireless logistics pipe system is that this thing, we can access our items, but we can also craft. Okay? So it's not just, you know, like our other system where we can only pull and craft with logistics pipes. With this, we can actually craft with our entire ME network, which is pretty darn cool. Awesome. Now, the problem is, we have range over here, but let's see, if we go all the way to the back of the ship, right? No signal, because we're out of range. We're still out of range, still out of range, still out of range. Ah, we have range right there. Okay. So we need to boost the range on that a little bit. So let's look at what we can do in terms of range. We can make a wireless booster. And I believe we can make up to 16 of these. Okay, they're pretty cheap to craft. Well, pretty cheap. I need to run another quarry. And we can chuck that in there. All right. So now if we run all the way back over to here, we can access it here. We can access it all the way off the side of the ship. How far out can we access it? Ah, we can't access it. So basically about to there. The other nice thing is that when I'm working up here, I can get access as well. Awesome. So that's pretty much where we're going to wrap up the episode, guys. This has been Mr. Kasarian. I want to thank you all for watching. This has been cool. We've gotten our auto enchanter system running now, which I am wicked psyched about. You can see we're pulling some more liquid into the network right now. And I want to thank you guys for watching. So tune into the next episode. We'll see what we get up to. We now have lots of books being auto enchanted, which I certainly like. Look at that. Yay! All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Mr. Kasarian. Thank you for watching. Happy mining.